I want to cover some tips with you when it comes to nutrition and eating. So, as you know, these things are on the market and I love them. This is a no-skid scooper bowl. So this has like a suction cup on the bottom, and you go like this and the food goes straight into your spoon instead of off onto the table. So it's wonderful. But these are about $20. So if your client does not have that kind of money, what do? How can you do something that maybe is in your scope and that you can help your client with? These are some tips that I have. This is, I got this from the dollar store, and you get a whole roll, which makes about 3 of these, and they come in every color you can think of, and it's kind of gummy feeling. I think it's supposed to be shelf, to line your shelves, but I think it makes a great place to put a regular bowl. This is just a cheapo bowl, and you can put it right on there, and now it won't skid. See, it kind of grips. So that is something you can do if you have a client that is having trouble feeding him or herself because the bowl's sliding away. Use that and it'll help. And that's something you can do for about 30 cents because you can get about 3 of these for $1. This would be a client specific thing. Also remember the little curler trick I showed you, that can work right alongside that. A nosy cup. I think we've all seen these. I love these. These are great because a regular cup, remember your elders have, as we age, our head kind of goes forward like this and we lose the ability, a lot of motion like this. It's very common, and most of them will have glasses so they can't drink well. Now your answer might be just give them a straw, but the problem with that is a lot of people who have any kind of dysphagia or swallowing difficulties will not be able to use a straw because it causes them to choke. And so they need to be able to drink out of the cup. So these are about $10, $12 per cup. And if that's not an option, if you don't have that ability, make your own. I will use a styrofoam cup because it doesn't use sharp edges, and I'll just take a pair of scissors and I'll make my own nosy cup. And I like this because sometimes the nosy cup does not have a deep enough curve, where if you have someone who's really contorted like this, it's still not quite enough, but you can make your own like that. And you can cut it as deep or on the angle that you need to where they can really use it. How great is that? And that costs almost nothing. Of course, it's client specific, but it's a styrofoam cup. So no big deal, right? And you can modify it just to exactly how it works best for your client. And I have found you can even pinch it a little like that to be able to make it work very well. And this will work for folks who really are struggling like this. Isn't that great? So that's another little trick that I thought I'd pass on to you. Another thing, as we age, we tend to lose the ability to see colors as well. Things are more muted. And if you have white or beige dinnerware and the table is kind of a white or a beige or a light, everything's in the same tone, switch it up. Like this, how great is this? It's that bright green, maybe put a red bowl on it, blue cup, that they can see. They need differentiation in colors so that they can easily identify that. Everybody has seen these. These are called plate guards. I think we all know about those. They clip right onto the side of a plate where to so that the client can, again, scoop things up without having them fall off. I have taken, just cut alongside a thin plastic, like a wash basin or anything that's no longer being used. And then you can even, believe it or not, gray tape it on the bottom. It does the same thing. It works great. Lots of things we can do to make things better for our clients without really spending any money, or very little anyway. So these are just some tips that I thought I'd pass on to you. Another quick little tip that I just thought of is, if you have someone who perhaps has macular degeneration where they are losing their central vision, they can't see what's right in front of them, I would always make my food like this. I tell them, okay, you have Mickey Mouse ears here, so your main plate, and then I would tell them on a clock what this was, and then I'd say, follow the plate to the left, and you'll feel your coffee, and follow your plate to the right, and you'll feel your water. And then I would put the handles on either side like this, so they could follow it around and hit right on it. Little things like that can really make a difference, and it doesn't take a lot.